Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Guys on Draft. A couple guys, we're missing a couple guys.
We are.
And we're drafting. So if you haven't watched the show before and this is your first time, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell and go follow us on Patreon. But yeah, if it's your first time, what we do is we pick a subject or we have a subject selected for us or mentioned for us, and then we select that one, and then we pick. And we try to build the best team with 5 picks based on that subject, and we let you, the viewer, vote on it. So last week we did unsexy male names draft, which was a continuation of another episode we did, which was unsexy females draft, and we put the button on that. If you want to check that out, it is in the Guys on Draft playlist. Check that out along with another 100 or so episodes, basically on everything you could think of. Some good stuff in there. So, Rocky, if you don't mind, say hello and let us know who's going first.
Yeah, I just got back to the wheel.
There
so
you go.
Welcome everybody. We do want to say that we appreciate the flurry of subscribers we have.
Thank you.
New subscribers. I think we've gained about 460
Appreciate
over the
you.
last week or so, and so we appreciate you guys listening. But the spinning wheel decides.
What do we got? What do we have? Let me see it before you cheat. Okay, I get to go first this time.
Yeah, no,
Beautiful.
Phil gets to go first. I go second.
Okay.
And yeah.
So we're picking the best things about going back to school. Now, this is at any grade level or university or whatever, right? I think.
Yeah, well, I think you could maybe each answer, it could deviate. It could be when you're a kid, when you're
Yeah, it could be all over the place, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I think 1-1, at least for me. I don't know how it was in your day. I know it was a long time ago. For me, the best thing about going back to school is your new outfit. Whatever that first outfit is.
Yeah, your first day fit.
First day fit is you lay it out on the bed.
Yeah.
You're upset. And what's funny is you go shopping, if you were so lucky, because there were a few years, it was a little tough, but you get to go shopping. Right off the back what the first outfit is when you buy it in the store. There's not a lot, for me at least, there's not a lot of debate going on in my head. I know which one it is. I know what the 1-1.
Yeah.
If we're talking about school fit drafts, I knew what my 1-1 is. My 1-1 was days before. You lay it out in the bed, and I'm not going to elaborate too much because then you have all this other stuff we're going to talk about that you're looking at.
Yeah.
But yeah, just having that fresh fit, new clothes, new sneaks, walking in school, seeing who's checking you out.
Yeah. When you always thought, I think you knew within like 15 minutes whether you screwed up.
Yeah.
But when you left the house, you didn't feel like you screwed. Like you
felt
felt
good.
Like, yeah.
Checking yourself out. I was walking past cars. I walked to school. I wasn't, taking a bus like these kids these days. But walking to school, see yourself in the car. You're checking yourself out. It's a beautiful feeling.
Yeah. You got your new. I honestly like the new shoes.
The shoes are good.
Yeah. Now I think Nike's changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
When you were in school, because you were probably younger in the 80s. I was younger in the 70s.
Yeah.
And that was like the first generation of Nikes.
Sneakers,
yeah. And that was that pure canvas white with the different color.
I remember having
Nice, man.
Remember having the original Jason kids going to school the first day one year. I remember having the Reebok pumps when they first came out.
I was never a Reebok.
I have a pair. I bought they re-released them, and I bought an old school pair of them. Yeah. Just the nostalgia. I wore them like once, but
yeah, I don't know. I was Nike, and honestly, I liked Adidas and Puma a lot.
Yeah, I wasn't into Puma early. Yeah. I like Puma more now, but now we're talking about sneakers. All right, Rocky, first day of school.
All right, mine
or back to school.
You back to school. To me, there's no greater enjoyment, especially because like my summers were filled with getting ready for this.
Yeah.
And so I always felt like I left in June. I came back. I was a different man in August, and that was high school football. Summer was working out every night. And honestly, when I moved to Florida, we were working out on the beach. Coach would move the entire gym there. We'd be running in the water.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's
it was
cool.
great. I felt like we were in a movie. And then, I probably, maybe I gained like 6 pounds of muscle, but I felt like I was
like a
ripped.
bull. Yeah.
So, I miss fall and high school football.
I forgot about that, man.
Man, it's my greatest joy.
That's a good time. All right, so if you're like me, and I assume you are, school sucked, right? Like most of the year. I'll just give you a little background on me. I was always the type of person, I never studied for anything, never did any real studious anything. I just was always able, God bless me, that I could just figure things. I just learned. I don't know how I learned. I had no idea how I learned or new things.
Yeah.
I'd never studied a day in my life. So being at school was very boring for me. Just hated being there. So when I went on summer break, I was just ecstatic.
Yeah.
And I would dread going back to school, even though summer back then felt like years.
It did.
Now it feels like, nothing.
2 weeks, yeah.
Right? So, but one thing I could always count on, and, over the summer, you have people you hang out with, not always the same people, but getting back to school is seeing your friends. Seeing your friends again, a guy that, maybe it went away for the summer, or somebody, is just have those friends that are exclusively at school. You don't do a lot of the hanging in the summer. I love to just run into a kid I hadn't seen in my head for like 2 years and a half or something. And you just automatically, you're right in, fit as a fiddle. You don't miss a beat.
Yeah.
And you're just boys again.
Yeah. Yeah. There's something great about that for sure, especially if you have the right group of, friends.
Friends, yeah.
I'm going to be a little bit like this, maybe scandalous. Before the show, I showed you a picture of me in high school.
Yeah.
So like you probably believe it now. I was actually showing.
If you say so.
I was actually showing some of the younger.
I think you're going to take
some
what
of the
I
younger,
almost picked here, but yeah.
Well, some of the younger people I worked with, I showed them a picture of me, and they were like, "Wow, it's so weird seeing you." And I'm like, "Well, you're kind of saying I look like hell now, but
yeah,
this was kind of the way we did things."
Okay.
In May, in June,
Who's we?
my friend group,
your group. Okay, yeah.
You found a summer girl. We called them summer girl.
Yeah.
And we knew it wasn't going anywhere, but it was proximity mattered for summer, like somebody we could walk
it's a fling.
to. Yeah. And then we kind of like end of July, we started looking around.
Yeah.
Like her days were numbered. She didn't know it, but her days were numbered. And then we kind of like broke up with her, and we checked out the new talent. Like we did that first week of school.
So it's different than mine. It's good.
Yeah. I mean, we were like, oh, I didn't know she existed.
Yeah.
Like, shallow, it's meatheady, but we did it. Like we did it, and we had to cast out the summer girl and get ready for what lay ahead.
Well, here's what's funny about that is that, like, especially when I was in high school, our method was opposite.
You wanted
we had the girl that we went to school with,
yeah.
and then we want the summer free.
Yeah.
But there's something to what you're saying, like I remember that.
New York, I'm guessing there was
New Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey, New York, there probably was a lot more tourists.
No, it's just
weren't
more
as many
people,
in Cleveland.
Yeah.
So like no, you needed your summer girl that you could walk.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot more talent to be had in the summer over there for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Now, that's funny because I thought you were going to take mine, but I'm going to go, and mine is a little bit more pure, and I think it's probably about 6 grades before this, but I think it's pretty similar to seeing your friends again, right along those lines, but a number one thing for me, especially when let's say, first grade through probably all the way up to maybe even 8th, 9th grade, there was always someone, and especially back then in the summertime, I mean, I wasn't always seeing them throughout the summer, but I'm going to go with seeing your crush.
Yeah.
Whoever that girl was that was in school that maybe I just didn't have the confidence yet to talk to, and just, kind of looking at them in class and talking a little. You go the whole summer, and you don't know what they're doing. You know, there's no internet back then. You're just, man, you're a lost man. But you look forward to seeing you. When you have a crush, it makes school better, too.
Do you remember?
I remember all my crushes.
Yeah, because like I remember, and I think, so for me, you know, I'm sure I had like crushes, but like third grade.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about big crushes?
Yeah,
I
that
remember,
was like my, I had a major crush.
I had 3 big crushes in my school career.
Yeah.
I remember them all.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I still, third grade Christine Helsinger. And I thought, woof.
Yeah.
This is something.
The bee's knees.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's an exciting thing, man. It's exciting.
Yeah. These are great. All these are good answers. My next one, I think I would say, I didn't study very hard.
Yeah, same.
I'll be honest, I don't really remember bringing books home.
Nope. Notebook.
Yeah.
I had a notebook and a pen.
Yeah. I remember like my English assignments, writing them during the class the day they were due.
Yeah,
like, I'm not proud of any of this stuff.
I'm proud.
But August, back to school, man, I had a clean slate. This year was going to be different.
Clean slate. This is good.
This year was going to be different.
It always was going to be
Yeah,
different.
it was going to be different. I was going to buckle down. I was going to show my potential. That lasted about, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And then I was, hey, man, you got the assignment?
Man, I famously one time, so this is the kind of guy I was. I was a real stupid idiot, right? Like, the thing was, like I said, school was super easy for me, but I didn't want it to be. It wasn't cool that I was smart, you know?
Yeah.
Because there were smart kids, and, this is a different time, but there were smart kids, and they were smart kids, and we were cool kids, and whatever the hell that was when you're a kid. But I remember famously I failed a spelling bee on purpose because what they did is each grade level they put us together and we had to win to get to on stage.
Yeah.
And I remember like at first my pride, like I beat out everybody in the class. It was me and an Indian kid. Back then Indian kids are smart, right? They were always like the smartest kids in the class with 2 Indian kids or something, right?
Yeah, the Indian kid had an
Hey,
Asian.
I'm saying a good thing.
Yeah.
Right? And it was me and him, and I knew, I was like, oh, it's just me and him. And I didn't want to be on the stage because then I was in the spelling bee. It was like, what is that? And I remember getting a word, knowing how to spell it, misspelling it on purpose, sitting down and feeling relieved. But yeah, I mean, I did not look forward to being in school outside of like my friends and
I think I didn't
girls.
I didn't care what people thought of my intelligence until college. I did. In college, I wanted to be.
You wanted to be smart. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was because I actually the clean slate in college. I took it serious.
You did the clean slate in college. It's
well,
funny.
because I was paying for it, and it was a lot.
That makes sense.
So yeah.
Is it my pick again?
Yeah, it's your pick.
Oh shit.
You went on like a long. Oh no, was it mine? Maybe.
No, I'm on 3.
Yeah,
How many do you have?
I got 3 too.
Yeah, so it's my turn.
Oh, yeah,
My turn.
yeah, you were first.
All right, so.
By the way, we have an Ohio State helmet we didn't remove.
No, that's all right.
That's a beautiful thing.
It's disgusting. All right, so going back to school, I think all of these things are they're the same, I feel like. But I got to go with what I put on my list.
Yeah, well, you got to go with the feel, what gives you the feelings of back to school.
So now this is juxtaposed with what I just said. Like, did I hate schoolwork? Yeah, I did. Did I like knowing everything? Sure. Did I like to show off? Yeah. But one thing I did like a lot getting ready for school is school supplies.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know why.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the book bag, I guess you could. I don't know if you count the book bag. Trapper Keeper. You get your protractor.
New
You get
folders
all
that smell of paper.
Yeah, you pick out your nice design.
Yeah. I don't think.
I think it was just about having stuff.
I don't think that they enjoy it like we did because they don't probably need folders. Everything's electronic.
No. Well, my daughters, they still need all that stuff.
Really? They do?
Yeah, and Madison for sure enjoys it. Yeah. She loves it. She has a pencil case she's picking out.
Do you have a little pencil box or
She has a pencil box.
I was little Jamie, little Phil.
What?
Well, I mean, previous episode callback.
Yeah.
His dad wanted to call him Jamie. I don't know if there had been a lot of drinking when he was thinking that name or what.
You're saying, did I have a pencil box?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
That was a pencil box. I had the bag.
It's a box of old pencils.
The Trapper Keeper used to have a bag with a zipper on it that was in it.
Trapper Keeper? If I could find one that I could pass as an adult, I'd still get it. It was freaking
Trapper
fantastic.
Keepers were awesome. I remember the boys had all the cool laser looking stuff, and then the girls had like the what's the name of that lady?
Polly Pockets.
No, not that.
Hello
It was
Kitty,
the
Barbie.
It was like an art style. This lady that used to do what the hell was her name? It's gonna drive me crazy now.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'll get it one day.
So, okay, so this is the first one I'm having to really think about. And I did have school supplies. I did, because there was something about that clean slate.
Yeah.
It started with clean unwritten
supplies.
on. Yeah, you felt like anything was possible. So this, I don't know if this will speak to your generation, but it will speak to my generation for sure. And that's, and I don't know why, because we didn't do this during like the summer. Like it was almost like, I know you didn't do this except for during school. And on Fridays we had football.
Yeah.
And on Saturdays we had skate.
Oh, really?
Saturday skate, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, everybody went there. They turned the lights down. They had
That's
the couple
cool. We
skate.
didn't have
Oh
that.
my God, that was like there was no greater feeling than when a girl came up and asked you to couple skate. You felt like you were a god. Like, yeah, no, it was a good feeling, and especially if she did it in front of all your friends.
Oh yeah, then yeah.
Yeah, it was a good feeling. So yeah, no, Saturday skates at the skate park.
That remind me of something. I'm probably gonna put in my honorable mentions though, because I think it's like further into the school year. But yeah, so I imagine that first Saturday skate is something else.
I know what you're talking about here. Yeah,
Maybe. All right, so I got Lisa Frank. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
I thought Anne Frank in my head, and that's why I didn't say it.
Anne Frank was in
Lisa Frank is like these things.
Yeah.
The girl trapper keepers.
Yes.
I remember these. The dolphins and shit like that. All right, so this is going to be in the same realm as my other ones, but it's what I remember. And another thing that I thought was, and it really set the tone for the whole year. And it was just an awesome feeling. I don't know how it was in your like elementary or high school. High school is probably the same, but when you go to school and you don't know where you're going to be, and you find out you're in the same homeroom as your best bud.
Yeah.
That was the best. I mean, there was nothing more exciting than that. Like,
And especially like elementary school.
in elementary school, it was like you knew, like, because that's your whole year.
Your whole
like, you
world.
knew we're riding together the whole year.
Yeah, and then as you just hoped that you didn't get any kind of fight, because like I don't know about you, but like I had my elementary school friends.
Yeah.
And then it kind of changed in middle school. And then it kind of changed again a little bit in high school.
I changed once, but after like the third grade, I had pretty much the same friends the whole way.
No, that's a good feeling.
What's crazy about the friend thing is like, I think the reason why it resonated so much when I think back is because the years that you don't, like, because like you have a group of friends, like the friend group, the people you sit with at lunch, whatever, then you don't get them in your classroom. That your whole year could be thrown off.
Yeah.
Like you're in a class and you don't have a buddy.
And then if you got like you're in one class and your 3 or 4 best friends are in
In the other
another,
class, you're isolated.
like you're almost like they almost forget like, oh, we can't be like
Yeah,
it's just,
I think my 8th grade year, it almost happened where we had like there was a core group of us that had been together for like 3 years prior. And then everybody went to another class, and then I got lucky, and we were put in one class, and I'll just come out and say it. So, like, back then, we were very divided in school, so, like, I got put in the class with a bunch of white boys, right? And they were all, like, into, like, emo, and at that time, like, I wasn't into that. Like, even though I was raised on that, I was kind of in my hip-hop phase, and I had my best friend. And then I got put in that class, and it was just a bunch of white boys and white girls, none of the girls I liked. And I was like, this is going to suck. And then my friend hadn't come to school that day. Came the second day, and I got lucky. He wound up in that class with me, so it was just me and him.
So you felt like for you,
felt like
you
it was
were kind
over,
of segregated. Like there was like Spanish, white, Spanishing out with black people or no?
Yeah. We all hung out, but it was like just those, they were like the rock white kids. But we wound up getting really like, some of I'm still friends with some of them today. wound up getting close with them, but it was just like one of those things where I thought I was isolated the whole year, man.
This is really interesting too because like I grew up, I joke, I always say I grew up in the spaghetto. Yeah. But what it really was like, this really is, I think, really even probably today in Cleveland, you kind of had like streets, and it was like these were all the Italian immigrants, and you had like the Irish, you had the Polish, the German, you had the black. The Spanish, like you had all like, and you knew, hey, this is like the Polish part,
Yeah.
And we all got along pretty well for the most part, but it was like a little bit more. I think nowadays
segregated.
It's just different. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even when I went to school, it was probably not as bad as that, but it was like even like on the same block as our school.
Yeah.
The whole half side of the block, it was all like tenements.
Yeah.
All Indian.
Yeah.
Nothing but Indian.
Yeah.
They're just Indian.
Yeah.
Like nobody else lived in those buildings but Indian people.
It's really well, and I think the tenements in New York, New Jersey, like they had like if you look at, and I don't want to get too much into history, but like if you look at the history, there were clear like for a while they were all Italians, then they were like all Indian, then it was like there was a wave of Chinese
all
for
Jewish,
us, Jewish. But like in Cleveland, like we had a like our streets almost like went through variations where like. Okay, for a while it was like German, then it became like Chinese. It was interesting.
Yeah. All right, last pick of the draft.
So I have to say, like, and maybe people will, and it's kind of a variation of my first one, but everything about Homecoming. Everything about Homecoming. You couldn't wait for it. It normally, like, you got back into school. It was normally like the third or fourth game. It was the first dance. People, honestly, we all liked Homecoming better than prom. Less pressure and, less money spent. But we loved the pep rally. We loved the game. We loved the dance.
Yeah, I think, so to be transparent, I tried to stay away from... I tried to skew towards the beginning of the year. That's probably why most of my stuff sounds like super similar. But when you mentioned the last one,
Homecoming,
it got me thinking about like just school dances.
Did you guys have a dance? I mean, because this was my favorite dance of the year, and our friends would like talk about this because like I tell my daughters, I have 3 daughters, I tell them all the time, if you understood the amount of guts it takes for a guy to walk up to you and ask you out, you would have a little bit of like, you feel a little bit nicer toward these guys. Like that's a hard thing to do for a guy. And especially for my daughters, because they don't give like any visual cues that they like anybody. They're kind of like standoffish. We had a dance every year in high school called Sadie Hawkins. Did you have Sadie Hawkins?
No, we did not.
So Sadie Hawkins was reversed. The girl had to ask the guy. We live for that. We're like sons of bitches. Let's see. Come on. You guys sack up and you guys work up the nerve. You think this is easy? Come on. But it was awesome. And that, I remember one year, I'm not going to say name because I'm still friends with her on Facebook. She was a senior. I was a freshman.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
She asked me out. I was the top of the walk, baby. It was a good film. So anyway.
That's funny.
Yeah, but I think it died. Sadie Hawkins. I bet there's a politically incorrect.
Something.
So there's a reason why they don't have those dances anymore.
But that's interesting. It's probably a good little experiment.
Awesome,
yeah, I bet.
It was awesome. So
yeah. So dances, we had a bunch of dances. So I remember. You know what? That's a story for another time. Any honorable mentions?
So like I thought about a couple things, but they're all kind of like derivatives of this stuff, it was new clothes, new shoes, so I think a lot of them, I was trying to think if I had anything new. I did like the idea of new friendships because it seemed like every year I picked up like one new friend that I didn't think was going to be, but then it ended up being a pretty good friend.
Yeah, so I always thought like the new kid in school was a cool thing.
Yeah.
Especially when it was a hot chick, right?
Yeah.
So always something new to look at. But yeah, I think the teachers, like I don't even know how to but there were like certain teachers that you liked, and getting to see a teacher again was cool. Just to see the staff, especially if you like the school you went to, like it was always nice to see the staff again after the summer, stuff like that. I mean, let's be real. I guess the only other thing is football and sports coming back, but yeah, I hated the summer leaving. I mean,
yeah, it was always sad. I remember that last day of school.
Nothing like it.
I've never had a feeling like that again. I mean, you think about you just felt free. Like
I think probably the closest thing is like I'm going on vacation next week. It's probably that.
But it's I don't know. Like I love going on vacation.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that you're coming back and you know it and what's waiting for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, because then you take Don't do that to me. All right, guys. So that's the show.
Yeah. You want to recap or?
Oh yeah, I always forget to do that.
Yeah.
That's why I got
For
you
Gus.
here. All right. Here we go. Team, summer's over. With number 1 went new outfit. Number 2 went seeing friends again. Number 3 went seeing your crush again. Number 4 was new school supplies. And number 5 was finding out you're in class with your bestie.
Yeah. Okay. So team school is cool. Number 1, clearly high school football. Best memories. Second, checking out the new talent. Third was starting with a clean slate. Anything was possible. 4 was Saturday skates at the skate park. And
nice.
5th is homecoming dance. So.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, and if you like the show, please, like I said earlier, like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Follow us anywhere on socials at GON Podcast, specifically Instagram and TikTok, where you're going to get a lot of our clips and see a bunch of our different shows. But if you want to see those shows, go to the playlist. We have a bunch of them there. I encourage you to go to Patreon and follow us there. We have some sports stuff going on there, but you will get to know us a lot better. Just shoot off in those DMs. We're going to be in there. And most of all, please go listen to us on all your listening platforms, except Apple Music right now, which we got to fix.
Yeah, we got to fix.
I don't know how we're going to do that. But thank you. We love you. Peace.